What's up, guys? It's Techno Viking 23 coming to you today with actually some Destiny, and we are going to be playing the Taken King. Now, I wanted to get out there ahead of this and basically let you guys know that I did decide to go ahead and pick up this expansion after watching several live streams, after watching a few video reviews, after listening to a few people that I still trust, some friends and things who still play Destiny. There were some things that were very intriguing, and I wanted to actually check out this expansion and see if it was actually worth it after watching a few things. And so far, it's been somewhat enjoyable, but at the same time, this is Destiny, so you're still going to have some hangups with the game. And that's one thing I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about is the Taken King. While it takes a few really good steps in the right direction for Bungie and Activision with this game, it still leaves a lot to be desired. It's like everything else with Destiny, it appears to be a mixed bag so far. And I've been putting a lot of time into the expansion because, as you guys know, if you've been listening to some of my other videos, I am still unemployed right now looking for a job. So I have quite a bit of free time on my hands. So I've been able to actually almost pretend to be a real YouTuber and just play games for a lot of the time during the day. But I've been able to spend a lot of time with this expansion, and I wanted to kind of play it for a long time, for a couple days this week before I started giving my thoughts on it. You know, I've seen people already reviewing The Taken King after it's been out for a day, and I'm like, there's just no way you've been able to go through and experience a lot of the content if you're already talking about it. The other problem I have too is I'm seeing so many YouTubers who are just, pretty much just falling all over themselves to proclaim the Taken King as like this amazing 10 out of 10 expansion and so incredible and all this other stuff. And that is just simply not true, at least in my opinion. And that's another thing is I want to kind of to be that objective voice, because one thing I feel with the Destiny community, unfortunately, is there just are not enough critical voices when it comes to this game. Everybody just wants to sugarcoat things. Everybody wants to talk about how great Destiny is. And there's even some YouTubers that I used to pay attention to and watch quite a bit that are even starting to fall under the sway of Destiny, because what happens is, and I noticed this with my own videos, when you do a Destiny video, regardless if you're talking trash on the game, regardless of if you're being objective about the game, regardless if you're fanboying over the game, it gets a ton of views. And of course, a lot of people on YouTube, that's all they're concerned with. They want to get views, they want to increase their viewer count, they want to increase their subscriber count, they want to make more money. And rather than being objective, they would rather continue to put out Destiny content to continue to get those views. Just for example, myself, like when I make, like Mass Effect 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. I love playing Mass Effect 3. I think you guys can probably hear that when I'm doing those videos in my voice. I listen to a lot of my videos and I can tell a difference myself that I sound much more excited and much more happy when I'm playing Mass Effect 3 or when I'm doing a Mega Man Legacy play or playing a game that I actually really, really enjoy. But I notice it's funny because when I do those Mass Effect videos, they might get 20 or 30 views over 3 or 4 days. I do one video on Destiny and I literally get 200 views in like the first 15 minutes. So it's just that's how it works. It's funny. This is the game that's popular right now, regardless of what the opinion is on it. And people are going to watch Destiny. And so you're getting a lot of YouTubers, even the ones who used to be kind of objective, are now starting to fall into this trap where it's like, oh, if I really want to expand my channel and get more views and more subscriptions, then I just have to talk about Destiny. And I've noticed there's several YouTubers who used to be a little bit more objective about this game that are now just falling all over themselves to talk about how great the Taken King is. And that just drives me nuts. So I want to hopefully continue to be more of an objective voice on this game. I'm going to, of course, let you guys know what I like about it, what I don't like about it. And so far, playing through the Taken King, there are some really nice things that Bungie has done. I'm not going to sit here and say the whole expansion is completely terrible. They've definitely made some good improvements in certain areas. But at the same time, they've also made a few steps backwards. One thing that's abundantly clear here is the grind is even, a lot of people are talking about how the grind's been eliminated. That is utterly false. The grind is actually more now, and I'm going to talk about that in another video that I have coming out later today, which I'll explain here in a minute. You're also back to the year one thing of chasing light level. It's just like before. You basically, have to equip the piece of gear that gives you the highest amount of attack power or defense power to keep your light level high. So if you get that really sweet piece of armor you like using, well, too bad. If you find something with a higher light level, you're going to have to use that. Now, the infusion system does help with this a little bit, but it's very, still lots of grind to be done. You'll find that a lot with some of the quest systems. However, some of it has been streamlined quite a bit, and that's one thing I did really enjoy is, as someone who's played MMOs in the past, I understand grind, guys. Trust me, I really do understand how grind works, more than you probably know. But the biggest problem I had with Destiny Year 1 was there's just meaningless grind. There's just, you're grinding, trying to get something, and you hardly ever get it. You guys all know the story. You just spend all this time playing the game. You don't get any good drops, but then your friend plays for like an hour and gets 2 exotics and all this other nonsense. And that has been somewhat fixed a little bit. And one thing I did like about the quest system, I've been playing through a lot of them, is it's a little bit more streamlined. Some of them are really still grindy and really, really annoying, and I'll get to that in another video. But you do have more of a clear goal in mind, a clear reward. Bungie's tied in a lot of exotic weapons to quests now. There's a lot of other different things you can get through those. So the questing system has been something I've thought was pretty good so far. They've made some really nice changes to this new strikes. Actually, in this video now, we're playing the Shield Brothers strike, so you guys can see this. The strikes go a lot more quickly now. They're very smooth. There's a lot of new mechanics that have been put in. And some of the newer strikes and even the older strikes that were on Mars, where they've added the taken enemies in, they change every time you play them now. The experience is a little bit more different and more organic and flowing, and it's something I have really enjoyed. The new strikes, I will say, the new strikes with the Fallen Shank boss. The only one that I haven't really cared for much is the Echo Chamber, which is the Vex strike, because it seems like they're following the same typical thing of just throw a bunch of ads at people. And so that has not been very enjoyable. There's some nice raid mechanics in there where you have to pick up a relic and defend each other. But if you try to play it on like the heroic level, there's just so much ad spawn. It's the same old problem that we've had before. And I think because it's the PlayStation exclusive, they probably didn't try to do too much with the Echo Chamber. Because like with Undying Mind, it was the same thing. They don't want to make the exclusive strike too amazing, because if Xbox people can't get it, of course they're going to be very upset for that year. But otherwise, like I said, very mixed bag here with the Taken King. If you're wondering, I'll go ahead and spoil part of my videos coming out later. I do not think this expansion is worth $40. I will tell you that right off the bat. This feels like what a $20 expansion should have been. Now, if you're somebody brand new just coming into Destiny and picking up the Legendary Edition for $60, you're actually going to get a pretty good, solid game in terms of content. The game is still average, in my opinion. I'm not willing to bump this game up above a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. It's still the same thing. You're still going to be doing a lot of grinding. There's a lot of misleading information from Bungie, especially about how legendary marks work. The Dreadnought so far has been a huge disappointment to me, and I'm going to cover that in a separate video. But I just wanted to get this out of here and let you guys know I had picked this up. I am going to be doing a few videos on it and letting you know what I've been enjoying about it and what I have not been enjoying about it. And I will tell you right now, I'm going to have a video coming out later tonight probably, or maybe tomorrow, where I go very in-depth about everything in the Taken King. I talk about the story, I talk about the subclasses, I talk about the quests, the strikes, everything, the PvP. And it's about an hour long, so I'm going to just warn you guys ahead of time. But I encourage you, please watch the video, and you're going to get my complete, full opinion, unbiased opinion. I'm going to tell you what I liked, what I didn't like. Like I said, I've been playing the game for a lot the last couple of days just to get a good feel for it. I didn't want to be like some of these other YouTubers just coming out there saying, "Oh my God, it's amazing," after playing for 3 hours, and they think they can form an opinion after that. But look for that video later on. Strongly encourage you guys to watch it. There's a lot of stuff I do enjoy about the Taken King I'm going to talk about, but there's also some stuff I think is still a major flaw. It's still holding this game back, and still not much is going to change because of obviously Bungie and Activision, and I will go into that very in-depth in this video. And then over the next couple days, I'll probably be doing a couple of shorter videos breaking down some of the things I've found that I really don't care for in the Taken King. So that's what we have to look forward to, guys. Hope you guys will stick around and check those out, especially if you're on the fence about getting this game. Like, I want to give you guys, like I said, the information about it so you can make that decision. But like I said, if you're on the fence, if you were a year one player and you're wondering if it's worth $40, if you don't like grind, I don't know, you might want to skip it. And of course, there's the whole deal where the Bungie has pretty much made it. If you don't pick up this expansion, you really can't continue to play Destiny in the way it is. They've locked off a lot of content, and I will talk about that in my my longer 1 hour video that's coming later. But yeah, lots of interesting things here. Like I said, mixed bag. The story itself is still a mixed bag because it does some really good things, but at the same time, it leaves a lot out. The writing's a little lazy in places. And the story, while it does add some improvements in terms of the narrative, none of it focuses on your actual character. It's all about other characters in the game. And that's something I think that's really missing about Destiny, is having a connection with your Guardian, feeling like you're important. Like if you go back to Halo Reach, you got to create your own Spartan. you featured heavily in all the cutscenes of the game, and you had a connection with your main character. You go to a game like Mass Effect, obviously you're creating your own character with Commander Shepard, and everybody's Commander Shepard, but everybody's a different Commander Shepard. Everyone has their own experience, makes their own choices, and you have a connection with your main character. That's still something I feel is really lacking in this game, is you still do not have a very good connection with your Guardian in terms of just being immersed in the story. But all that's coming later, guys. Like I said, look for that video. Let me know if you guys are playing Taken King so far, what you think of it, and be interested to hear your opinions. I hope you guys are having a great day. It's Friday, so hopefully you're all ready for the weekend. You're gonna have some fun, play some games, go outside, do some cool stuff, whatever. But I'll be packing for moving when I'm not playing Taken King and trying to get some more of the experience. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again next time.
Targets are neutralized.
Somewhere, an awful long way from here. Some Imperial flunky is getting a message. Word that these brothers are dead and they have no more ranking soldiers in our system.